It's Week 16 of the NFL, and we've got CeeDee Lamb. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the 49ers and the Raiders, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, it's late in the year. We all know it. And off we go from Las Vegas. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Lance going to put it up right away. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. In early 2nd and long they're facing. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
So here are the 49ers and their offense in great field position already. And leading him out is their 5th-year quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game. This 2nd and 4. Purdy looking to throw. This will go to Henry out wide. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They'll give Henry another shot. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything, forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
And his kick is indeed good, and the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Second down, Jacobs once more. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st down, Purdy. No gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He finds Douglas complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down. Purdy now to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Throwing here, Purdy. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Purdy will look to throw again here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Purdy. And it's caught. Touchdown. Derrick Henry. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Moody good with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was finished off on the touchdown reception by Derrick Henry. So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. Now 2nd and 9. As they've got it as we resume action. Off of play action, here's Lance. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. On the return, it's Rodgers. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49ers offense now. They work their way back onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Draw play. This is Henry. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 49-yard line.
Connects with Kittle underneath. So he stopped for no gain. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained. No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there, perfectly. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith, and they will 29-yard line. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now a handoff to Henry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down. It may sound cliche, but those are the types of yards he can get you. He's such a bruising back.
He is, and typically with that type of a back, if he has any type of stamina, it shows up later in the ball game. Because trust me, guys get tired of running up and trying to tackle that big fella. It wears on him, and then he gets stronger as the game goes on.
So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down. Running from the gun with Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Derrick Henry. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the 49ers are able to add on to that lead.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. I think you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Moody good with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Trey Lance in the offense heading back out. And he's had his struggles here early with a couple of interceptions as he'll try to refocus with a 1st and 10 to start this drive. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now a 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Lance. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Javon Hargrave able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Rodgers to return it. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Purdy to throw it on 1st down. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
A check down here for Henry. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Back to throw, Purdy. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. And this one quickly to Lamb. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Purdy. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he's got this down to the 35. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. Purdy able to hit his target, Lamb. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Seahawks who are out in front in the second quarter. A touchdown run for Kenneth Walker. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. J.K. Dobbins with a touchdown run. It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once in the passing game, as he proved he's anything but a one-dimensional running back.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And the half will begin with a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They cannot afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Lance now on 1st down. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Takes it to about the 37. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Following the fumble recovery, Purdy. Left side to Lamb. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose, and boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. 3rd down and 1. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Purdy. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Purdy. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brock Purdy taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Niners take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead is now 24. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raiders heading out to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Shifts past him at the 45. And he's going to get his guys another first down. Back-to-back good runs to start the drive. This one 13 yards. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And now they'll throw with Lance. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 3rd quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Lance. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to the running game with Jacobs. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. To throw, it's Lance. A throw right side here, going to be incomplete. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And his kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Niners set to take over on offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Throwing on 2nd down, it's Purdy. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described, a defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Now the extra point. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. And San Francisco gets set to go here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And this offense on third down today, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Fighting through. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 67 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. Off of play action, here's Lance. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Meanwhile, Lance is, and this throw brought in here by Mayer. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Lance. Now he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's Lance to throw it. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From midfield, here's Lance. And he's going to go down again. Brian Burns picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Desperation time here. Lance. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. This to Jacobs on the toss right, and he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. On the counter, it's Henry. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Now a 1st down throw complete downfield. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On play action, Lance. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And Lance now to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Down to about the 45.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through